This past weekend at the global finals of the Season 3 Dragonflight MDI, for the first time in almost 5 years, Echo has finally been dethroned, with Mandatory taking the title in a historic best-of-5 series that went down to the final dungeon. I'm Xyronic, here to break down the Black Rook Hold strategy that led to Mandatory's moment of triumph. Throughout the history of the MDI, there's been a noted upgrade in routing and difficulty from the group stage to the global finals. When new strategies are found to make quicker runs possible in one dungeon, teams will quickly try to find ways to apply them in other dungeons. After Echo's Rift Mage tech was revealed in Murazan's Rise during Group A, this left an opening for other teams to try to find a way to make it work in other dungeons. That leads us to Black Rook Hold, Game 5, final series of the day. Winner takes home everything. Mandatory make quick work of the first boss using the same customary strat we've seen in the group stages. While used to pulling every trash mob here, the pull is still quite difficult to manage properly. Importantly, Mandatory makes sure to finish off the boss as quickly as possible to start the RP of unlocking the door to the rest of the dungeon, then finish off the remainder of the trash in the meantime. Heading up towards Ilsana Ravencrest, we see the first real change in strategies from group play. Instead of stopping at the top of the stairs, squishy damage dealers in the group instead hide in line of sight. Skylark gathers up every single targetable enemy in the area. After setting up, the players come out from hiding and pump as much AoE as possible to try to finish off the trash before the trash can finish them. They need to finish this pull before they run out of AoE stops, such as Infernal Stuns, Blasphemy Stuns, or the numerous sigils that Vengeance has available to them. Unfortunately, Crims does go down here to one of the final knife dances in this pull, but they're able to battle res them and move on quickly. Afterwards, Ilsana's dealt with along with the archers and champion in the hallway before. Before we talk about this next pull, it's very important to note. Teams will sometimes hide strategies to try and keep a secret advantage going into the later stages of the tournament. Echo's been notorious for doing this, leading to an aura of mystique around how good some of their runs have been or could be. With the level of the competition in the global finals, Echo felt compelled to reveal a variation of the Rift Mage tech in Black Rook Hold in the first round, winning them the map, but showing off the strategy to the rest of the teams. This left them vulnerable. As the team makes their way up towards the Trash Gauntlet, separating them from Smashbite, the third boss of the dungeon, instead of bolting down the hallway, Skylark instead pulls the patrolling Bladelord off to the side and uses a Sigil of Misery to lock them in place. This allows the Warlock, Paladin, and Priest to take a gateway to the spiral staircase up towards Smashbite without getting in combat, and away from the massive trash pool we're used to seeing. They then use invisibility potions to get all the way into Smashbite's room and begin setting up a summoning stone. Meanwhile, Skylark starts gathering the pool together. Every single Trickster, Bladelord, and Scavenger in the hallway is gathered into a corner, gripped into a pixel stack with a Sigil of Chains, into yet another Sigil of Misery to lock them in place. This is incredibly difficult for a tank to do, especially when you consider they're doing this entire dungeon without a healer. Waiting for the Sigil of Misery to run out, Crims Frost Novas the entire pack to put himself in combat, and then also instantly line of sights around the corner, making sure he doesn't get hit by a single throw artifact cast. If one of those goes off, he dies and the pull will be over. With the mage now in combat, Skylark can shadow meld and set up the skip that we saw Echo pull off in Murazan's Rise. He casts Sigil of Flame on the trash pack, takes the summon before the animation finishes, and now he's at Smashbite with aggro on every single one of the mobs. All that's left to do is for Crims to invis, dropping his own combat, taking the summon, and now we have all 5 members of the team at Smashbite with almost an entire dungeon's worth of trash snapping up towards the boss. After pulling this off, all that's left for Mandatory to do is the same pull we've seen from group stages. The remaining Lancers and Swordsmen into the final boss, and then a race to the finish on Dentalian X. With insane execution and near-perfect play, Mandatory have taken down Echo with their own strategy. It's the perfect ending to a chapter of dominance for Echo, and a perfect culmination of the rise of Mandatory. Congratulations to our new champions. Can't wait to see what you guys cook up next. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more information on Season 4 and the return of the Great Push. Until then, we'll see you in Azeroth.